What's up, guys? It's Alex from Team Dark Beginning here, and I'm here to bring you the first of 5 segments, which I like to call Fine-Tuning the Gadgets. Today, I'm just going to be talking about the monsters today, and what I'm really going to be doing is delving in-depth into each particular part of my Machina Gadget deck, and explaining to you why I run the cards I'm running, to be able to give a little bit more of an in-depth look into a deck that is normally allowed by a single deck profile. Hopefully give you a bit more understanding about how to play Machina Gadget and how to play against Machina Gadget, which can be more important depending on how you look at it. Alright, first off, I am running 6 gadgets, not 9. Why am I running 6 gadgets over 9? Right now I'm running 6 gadgets because I feel like with 9 gadgets you could get so overly cloggy. And that with that clogginess comes dead hands. With dead hands means multiple gadgets in the same hand, nothing you can do with them. This can be a huge problem because if you're drawing multiple gadgets in the same hand, that means your engine is losing a lot of consistency, and that means you're also going to be having a lot of trouble playing out of something when your opponent has a better hand than you do. So with 6 gadgets on a 42 card deck, I found that it's fairly consistent. I don't draw multiple gadgets too often to make it infuriating, but I still get my engine going fairly fast. And I draw one gadget, I search out another one, and that's one less gadget I have to draw. It's all very consistent like that. The Machina engine. Right now I'm running 3 gear frame, even though I don't have my 3rd gear frame right now. 3 gear frame with 3 fortress, 1 cannon. Why am I running 7 Machinas? Why am I running a 3rd fortress instead of a 2nd cannon? Or why am I running that 3rd fortress at all? Right now, I feel like with these fortresses being so... Well, let me rephrase this. It's a very good card. For Gear Frame is a great searcher. He's 1800. He can a union with a different machine monster, and he's a level 4 Earth machine, which makes him a very good Xyz target. So I can make Fairy King Alverdouche Bag. I can make Gigant X with him. It's just a good card in general. Fortress, you can overlay 2 to create Big Eye, along with the Gores that I'm running. And if he gets popped, you destroy a card on the field. If he's targeted by a monster effect, you get to pop a card from hand. And popping cards from hand is a very powerful effect. Very few cards besides Dark Worlds even run those. So it's very difficult to get those. Along with the 1 cannon, I used to run 2. And to be able to go into rank 8 options. With, I think Heliopolis was the only card I had. And that was, my reasoning then was that I could get rid of excess gadgets that aren't being useful in my hand and just clogging, and be able to neg my opponent a couple field positions. However, I found that drawing the cannons would often be dead, and I'd draw a cannon before I could draw a fortress, and I couldn't do anything with it, so I would lose. So I bumped it down to 1, which seems a lot more consistent. Plus, it is searchable by Gear Frame, so if you draw a fortress, you can summon Gear Frame, get cannon, and not have to neg yourself too many to be able to get out your fortress. That's why I'm running that particular Machina lineup. I'm also running 2 Karakuri Watchdog Saizan. It's got a lot of the same pro tips or pros as the Gear Frame does. It is a level 4 Earth machine. It's also a tuner, and it's got 1800 defense. So if I need to, I can set it, and then it can run into it with something, or I don't know. It will lose to T-King, but it is a very good card generally, because if it's a Guaiba that's running into it, they'll take 200 and not be able to special another. They've got a lot. This card is got a lot of uses. I can use it with a gadget to make a Karakuri Shogun Burrito, or a Stardust, or a Scrap Dragon. I can also Xyz with it to make Fairy King Alverdouche Bag as well, Gigant X, and it's got a lot of play. It's a very useful card, so that's why I'm running it. It's also searchable by Gigant X, which all of the gadgets and gear frames are, which makes it very easy to get into hand if I need it. 2 Effect Veiler. Why am I running 2 Effect Veiler? because I'm afraid. This deck is very slow to set up. It's very you have to set up to be able to get good plays. So with the Effect Veiler, I can protect my plays and stop that wind up machine before it gets really rolling. Not have to bend to the level 1 tuner means I can also, if I'm really desperate, I can summon a gadget, search, then use double summon a Veiler, sink into Catastor if I'm really scared. One main deck Max C because I feel like multiples really clog. I really like the 2 and 1 Veiler to C ratio. I think that Veilers and C, I like Veiler over C because with C, if you just power through and you have like a useless, let's say I'm playing windups and I'm getting windup looped. If I C, I get my cards and I get my cards. But if I draw into my Gores or my Trags, there's not much that I can do because they'll just get rid of it and continue to OTK me. So the Max C is just, it's not as good, but it is a good card. I'm also running one Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness. Gorz is such a good card. I love this card. It is so amazing. It's level 7, so you can go into a big eye if you drop it with and get a Machina Fortress out. And the token can get very beefy. I've gotten 3,000 tokens before. I've gotten huge tokens off of this thing. Plus, there you can also, and while it is difficult sometimes to drop it since I'm running so much back row, I feel like it is useful enough that I have to run it. No, normally I would be running 2 Tragoedia. And if I had the Tragodias, I don't have them. If I had Tragodias, I would be running them over the Watchdogs more than likely. And then that would free up more extra deck room and be able to control be able to make more different Xyzs. So yeah, Tragodias would work very well because you can special it over back row and then protect the Tragoedia with your back. Anyway, that's the monster lineup, guys. Check back with me in a few days, I will tell you about the spells, then the traps, then the extra deck, then the side deck. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Team Dark Beginning signing off.